My name is Chiharu Fuchida, Sales and Marketing for Latin America, Japan, Panasonic. Today, we would like to explain our Varicam 4K workflow concept and idea. I myself talk based on this presentation, and some of the parts I'm going to pass the microphone to Mr. Ugo for the technical details. Okay, so the agenda is as following. A 4K format, current 4K cameras, Varicam 35, our 4K camera concept, high-end cinema camera workflow, practical 4K workflow, and Varicam high-speed new camera, and other 4K product from Panasonic. Let's go in one by one. So first of all, when we talk about 4K, there are actually two types. One is 4096 by 2160 for digital cinema. We call it native 4K, and aspect ratio is 70 by 9. The other one is 3840 by 2160 for the TV broadcasting purpose. Aspect ratio is kept as 16 by 9, and we call it quad full HD or ultra high definition. I think many of you already see the 4K pictures in the past, and yes, I think you will feel the sense of resolution from the 4K contents. You know, when you see the wide angle view, like a scenery in the mountains, natures, or city view, you feel fantastic color picture image. And when you see the precise small portion in it, and you can see the very clear picture color pictures. Also, when you see the 4K contents, you feel the three-dimensional impression. Something comes close to you and something go further. That's also the benefit of 4K resolution pictures. And I can say that even HD contents, which is down converted from 4K, the resolution is very beautiful. So that's the advantage of shooting in 4K. When we see the market, as you already know, there are many 4K cameras in the market. And you can notice that many of them are using Super 35 single sensor with pilot PL lens mounts. And actually, we know that Alexa, Ari's product is not real 4K, but we understand that it's a very beautiful picture and it's very well accepted in the market for this great picture quality. So I would like to pass some person to Mr. Ugo for the signal process of 4K.
As she explained, the almost all 4K camera now in the market is single sensor. And you may know the ENG camera, like a broadcast camera of 2/3-inch sensor, these are almost all has the 3 sensors, RGB. And in that case, the optical axis, the incoming light is coming and separated by the prism. The 3 light component, RGB, are separated by the prism, and the sensor for the green, blue, and red. 3 sensors will receive these color component and make a video signal. And based on the current sensor technology with 2/3-inch, each image sensor has full resolution of HD, means 1920 by 1080. So each sensor has 1920 by 1080, that full HD resolution. Now we can get the 3 signal. However, on the other hand, in the 4K camera, we are using the one single sensor, not only just Panasonic, but also the other manufacturer like Sony, Ali, Canon. These guys also using the single sensor unit because it's a large sensor. So basically the area size of the sensor is more than 4 times of 2/3-inch image sensor. And if we have the 3 sensor system with 4K, technically it is ideal. It will make a very nice picture quality. However, you can expect this large sensor is very expensive, and the image, the prism is a glass block. That's also going to be very huge and heavy, expensive. So the full 4K sensor with 3 of them, and the maker 3 sensors is ideal but not exist right now. Again, all manufacturers now using the 1 sensor system like this. Now how we can separate, how we can make RGB 3 color component. In front of each pixel of the image sensor, there is a color filter, the green, red, or blue. This green means only green signal component of the light will go pass through. Other component will cut. So that means the pixel under this green will only receive the green signal. Behind of the red filter is only red component the pixel will create. So this is a color filter system. And this pattern is called Bayer pattern. Dr. Bayer designed that pattern. And as you can see here, the green, red, blue, that ratio of density is 4:2. So green has double density than blue and red. You may be familiar with 4:2 signal construction of video signal. The green is most important for human eyes to make a video signal. So now green has a double density comparing with other red or blue component. So this Bayer pattern signal will make the signal from the one single sensor. The first line, green, red, green, red, green, red, that signal come out. And second line, blue, green, blue, green. That all RGB signal are mixed and come out from the sensor. The direct sensor output from the one single sensor, it's called raw data. If you are learning about the cinema production or movie production, you may heard about the name of raw data. What the raw data means, it's depending on the manufacturer, small definition different exist. But generally, 2 conditions. First one is Bayer pattern direct output. So green, red, that structure the signal itself has. So to separate the green, red, blue, each component, we need to debayering. That word is also called as development for the film world. So convert from the Bayer pattern signal to the regular green, red, blue component that is called debayering. Another condition of the raw data is it's depending on the characteristics of the signal output. Generally, image sensor will have linear characteristics of output versus incoming light. Once incoming light going to be double, sensor output is going to be double. The characteristics is linear. Sensor output is in proportion to the incoming light. But again, this is actually the replacement of the film camera. And you may know that negative film has logarithmic characteristics. So to simulate the negative film, the engineer add logarithmic curve on this linear output. So logarithmic curve will be applied to this linear output. This is also good, not just only for negative film simulation, but also can reduce the total data rate of the raw data and can able to convert as transmit by SDI cable. now let's calculate how many bits as raw data. I did calculation with this Bayer pattern, RGB, and that raw data pattern, Bayer pattern. The data rate is going to 3 to 4 gigabps. It's huge data rate, to be honest. If you make a 1 hour recording of this raw data recording, it's easily going to 1.5 or 2 terabytes. It's huge data. If I try to copy this file, 1.5 terabyte, from one hard disk to another with USB 3.0 connection, it will take 3 hours and a half. So just for copy of 1 hour content, you need to wait 3 hours or more. That is not practical, to be honest. It's okay for good budget movie, but for easy 4K creation, it's quite heavy process. So we need to reduce this data amount. You may heard about, some people may said about the 4K workflow is very heavy, expensive, take a time. So not easy to go to 4K video creation. Panasonic, as a manufacturer, we need to make that workflow easy as possible. How we can do that? We need to reduce this data rate as much as possible by keeping the good picture quality. And these technology now adopted in this new Varicam 35. Later on, I'll talk about it. So the Bayer pattern, as I said, it is 3.5 to 4 gigabps and constructed like this. If you observe just green signal, it's like this. Red signal, blue signal. But we need a full 4K resolution signal, or at least a 422 signal structure like this. Especially for green, the resolution is very important. So we need to create this full pattern. But unfortunately, this portion, second portion, is a missing point, no pixel. So we have to create that data by interpolation. The easiest way to make a center point of these 2 points between first one and third one, how we can make a second point. Very easy way is just to take average. Okay, first point is this level, third point is that level. You may expect in between linear characteristics, you may pick just average between 1 and 3 and create second point. But the technology is not so easy. Any manufacturer has each technology observing like a 16-point advance and 16-point behind and make a very smooth, nice curve, linear, natural curve. That actually makes picture quality. And this process is called debayering, actually. From this Bayer pattern needed to make at least 4:2 ratio of green, red, blue signal by interpolation operation. And each manufacturer has the good technology to do that. That will make picture quality. So debayering technology is very important to decide the picture quality of the camera itself. So we do this all debayering system inside of the camera and make a baseband video signal. The Bayer pattern signal, or another word, raw signal, is now going to convert to baseband video. So 422 RGB baseband video now we got. We also can calculate how many bit rate for this baseband data. With condition 1496 by 2160 pixel, that is a 4K resolution for cinema, native 4K, 10-bit 422 signal structure, and 60 frames per second frame rate. With this, by this calculation, the total data amount for just for video, not to include the audio, is 10.6 gigabps. That is the reason we need 4 lines of 3 giga SDI to transmit the 4K signal, or at least 2 lines of 6 gig SDI cable. So about 12 gigabps with audio, that is basically 4K video signal data rate. It's again huge data as baseband video. We need to reduce that. If we make this, okay, let's talk later, the portion. So we need to reduce the data rate. How we can do that? There are 3 technologies. The first one and the second one I already explained. The 444 is going to convert to 422. The YPBPR, or green, red, blue, that video signal ratio is going to convert to 422 from 444. By that, the data amount can be 2/3. 444 total 12, 422 total 8. So as a ratio, it's going to be 2/3. That is one way to reduce the data. Second way is a linear data to log conversion. As I said, the sensor output has linear characteristics that can be compressed by logarithmic curve to the 10-bit or 12 bits. By that, again, the data also can reduce. Finally, the third technology is AVC Ultra 4K compression. Our compression technology, Panasonic, has LSI to do the video data compression by MPEG-4 algorithm. By applying that, the data amount can be reduced drastically. These all process will be done inside of this Varicam 35. That compression technology, it's called AVC Ultra 4K. And again, the resolution is 4096 by 2160 or 3840 by 2160. And the frame rate will be depending on 24p for cinema operation and 60p for television or for slow motion or variable frame rate. 422 structure, 10-bit, and intra-frame compression. In that case, data amount is going to reduce, like this table. With 24p, it's going to 240 megabps. Original baseband effective portion is 4.2 gigabps. That can be reduced to 240 megabps. It's much, much smaller. In case of 60p, 10.6 gigabps, that is a number which we calculated. That come down to 600 megabps. It's about 1/15 compared with this baseband data and the compressed data. Now, consider about the 1 hour recording again. 1 hour recording with raw data recording, it was 1.5 terabyte. You may remember I said it took 3.5 hours just for copy. But with that compression, AVC Ultra 4K, that is come down to 108 gigabyte. So same condition, just for copy of this 108, it's only 15 minutes for 1 hour contents. Now that is a practical way, practical workflow by reducing the data rate like this. These technology, all circuit, the varying 444 to 422 conversion and logarithmic curve and the compression, everything inside of camera recorder. That inside of that hardware, this process will be done. Okay. So far, any question? If you have, raise a hand.
Do you have samples of the, after this compression is done, do you have any samples to show us of the compression? Se eles têm exemplos da compressão do intra. Ou exemplificar, né, a diferença. Então, legal diminuir o tamanho, exemplificar em termos práticos para a gente, né? O que trouxe a compressão, o que eu perdi com isso, o que eu ganhei.
as I explained, yes, this is going to about 1/15th. It's not exactly same with what the original signal and the compressed video. But for human eyes, almost no way to notice about the quality difference. And because of the cinema operation, you may want to have 444 structure, not only 422 structure, and you may want to have a 12-bit depth of the signal. So in addition to this 422 10-bit structure, we also going to have one more higher level. It is going to 444 12 bits. With that level, actually, for human eyes, not detect the difference between original and compressed and decompressed video signal. So right now, unfortunately here, I cannot show actual picture comparison, but maybe at this September, there is an IBC show in Europe. At that time, I would like to demonstrate actual picture quality comparison between original and some level of compression.
Ficou clara a questão?
Can we move forward?
So now I would like to talk what Panasonic wants to do in this cinema and the content creation industry. Back in 2002, Panasonic introduced epoch-making video camera, which is called Varicam. This Varicam was tape-based. That was the first generation of the camera. And the Varicam concept is variable frame rate change in the camera. And secondly, film look gamma curve setting in the camera. Those two functions was very unique in the industry. And after that, we created a P2 version of the Varicam. And now we are trying to create one more new generation. So before talking about new Varicam, please take a look at the sample pictures.
This provides very good gamma curve, and dark area and bright area will shoot very good. I believe this camera has about 800% of dynamic range. Another one. Very nice human skin color. Very natural. original Varicam is very well accepted because this color reproduction function. I heard many Varicam fans said in the US, I like the Varicam color. So we would like to create similar color reproduction with 4K resolution on the new Varicam 35. Color, isn't it? Like a film, right? Thank you.
I want to
be the man.
watch to the end what's going to happen. I'm very interested. So, okay, so this camera, the second generation of Varicam, was introduced in 2000. Yes, in 2005 or six, and now in 2014 at the NAB in April, we announced new Varicam. So the new Varicam has the inherits the benefit, that great picture quality from the old generation of Varicam, and at the same time it has a very good mobility in this new Varicam. We have rich experiences and know-how in the news gathering area. So we were considering how the new camera can be user-friendly, and the mobility is good. So in order to make the user-friendly 4K camera, we took a decision to make a modular style. So the camera head and recording module, some accessories, viewfinders, and a third-party product can be attached, and you can set up the camera system based on your shooting style or operation requirements. So, for example, here you can see this part is a camera head, and this is a the recording part. And the viewfinder is also detachable, and a remote operation panel also detachable. And we created two types of new camera. One is the Varicam 35. This is a 35 millimeter single sensor imager with PL lens mounts. The other one, this Varicam 35 can record native 4K, 4096 by 2160, and also ultra high definition, which is 3840 by 2160 pixel. The other one this is actually not 4K, but this is a high-speed camera. Varicam HS can record up to 240 frames per second. And so we created 2 different camera heads, but the recording module is same one for both camera head. And we created new media, which is called the Express P2 card, which has 256 gigabyte capacity, and its drive. So those new media is for 4K and slow motion recording. When we talk more about Varicam 35, as I explained, it's a combination of a camera module and recording module. It has 14-stop latitude, wide color space, and it can record native 4K and quad full HD. And simultaneously, you are able to record 2K or HD contents at one shot, and plus HD and the 2K recording has a proxy file inside. So practically, you can have 3 different bitrate contents at one shot for your better operation at the post-production process. And I can add that the variable frame rate function is installed, of course, and the frame rate can be changed during the recording. So this camera, we have 2 types of target. One is the high-end cinema people as a 4K camera, and the other one is a middle episodic people for the best HD camera. For the high-end camera people, of course, high performance of image sensor is required, and it can record V-RAW data by codecs recorder, which you can attach at the backside of the backside of Varicam 35. And thirdly, cinema workflow functionality is inside of Varicam 35. What this means, we are going to talk about later, but this is in-camera color grading. For the middle episodic people, affordable workflow function is required because, as Neil explained, 1.5 terabyte, it's too much, it's too heavy for the usual operation. That's why we added the AVC Ultra 4K function to minimize the data. So especially for the episodic production companies, for the production market, for the TV station, they are going to use our Varicam 35 as a big image sensor camera. And we think that for the 4K, maybe IPTV world is coming first for the 4K contents showing. So we think that current 4K workflow is too heavy and too costly at this moment. That's why we want to create the affordable workflow with our Varicam. So Varicam 35 has 7 amazing features. One is the flexible modular concept, which I explained. The camera head and the recording module is separated, and actually in between camera module and the recording module, you can have about 20 meters cables. So you can put your camera head on the shelf or in a tripod, and you can put the recorder at your side. So this is also the flexibility we are thinking. And the second one is a removable control panel, which is this. It's usually attached here. So if you have a one-man operation, then you can see the viewfinder here, and you can change the menu here. But if you have a camera assistant or group of crews, then you're shooting and the camera's distance, Neil is able to control the camera, so it's more flexible. Thank you. And from third to fifth point, that are the content management support functions. In a production process, there are some process which is called the dailies in the Hollywood, in the United States. I don't know how much you're aware, but those process is very complicated, and you need some extra instruments. But at our Varicam 35, we installed some functions in our Varicam, so the camera itself can do this daily process. Neil is going to explain later details. Sixth and seventh is our third-party collaboration. One is the Apple ProRes HQ and 4444 are supported by our Varicam 35. We understand that Apple workflow is already standard in the HD production market. So we if you have a Varicam 35, it's already compatible. And another one is a codex recorder, which can record video data directly from the image sensor from our camera. And this codex recorder can attach here at the back side of Varicam 35. And there is a bolt. This machine is able to make the delayering process, which are recorded at the codex recorder. So coming back to the dailies, Neil is going to explain more.
Okay, this dailies operation, especially for the film creation industry, is established by these three technologies. First one is in-camera color grading. Second one is a dual recorder. The third one is a dual codec recording, means two types of different signals can be recorded into the dual or main and sub two recorders. Because many of you come from the film or movie industry, you may already know about what the raw data means, what the log data means. But let's study again about what it really means. And as I said at the beginning, the image sensor direct output is called raw data. It is a structure of green, red, blue, green, that Goya pattern structure. And to reduce the data rate and simulate the same functionality or characteristics of a negative film, there is log curve characteristics is added. That data is called V-raw. Again, depending on the manufacturer, each manufacturer will decide the name. We decide that raw data as Varicam raw. Panasonic decide the Varicam raw data. This is still keeping the Goya pattern output, and logarithmic curve is created. And as I said, by debayering operation, now this RGB mixed signal is separated and converted to YPBPR basic baseband signal. Now you can see the picture, but still keeping as logarithmic curve. If you adapt the logarithmic curve on regular video signal, and if you observe that on the monitor, it is going to like this. It's a very low contrast video. It's not a mistake. It's actually keeping the all information of the light of particular scene. So once this information is going to the post-production, the color grading will be done, and keep the best flexibility to control the color by keeping this data. So it's not a break. It's a still controllable data. So it's called non-destructive. Once the colorist or DP, director of photograph, decide the color, yes, it is going to the nice color, but cannot be back to original, cannot be changed. So sometimes it's called destructive data. Okay, if I'm a DP, director of photograph, I would like to get the very good blue sky like this. But once I decided like this and the color is decided, color information already baked into this original data, it's okay. It's already decided, but means not able to be back and not able to change. The flexibility is already lost on this signal. So it's sometimes in the Hollywood, this is called as destructive data, in the broken data. It's still not broken and broken because it not be able to be back. But as a manufacturer, we are very hesitate to use the word of destructive. I record destructive data in my camera, means you may worry about the data not able to use. So instead of destructive, word of destructive, we decide to use baked in. Color information is already baked into original log data that is non-destructive data. And each manufacturer will define the good log curve to make a nice picture quality depending on the image sensor characteristics. So we made the nice log curve for our sensor. That is Varicam log, or Vlog. So Vlog is the logarithmic curved signal from the Varicam 35 designed by Panasonic. And again, after color grading, this baked-in signal create. So you please remember this low contrast data and baked-in high contrast nice color data. The purpose is different. So for color grading, we need to send this non-destructive data to the post-production. Let's check the current color grading process. As you know, in case of a film, at the field, when you are trying to shoot, no way to control the color, only light amount can be changed. You may put some color filter in front, but it's a very rare case. So normally just get the image, and only what you can do is selecting the film number. And that data is going to post-production. And after the film camera, now digital camera, electrical camera is going to use. So as a negative film portion is replaced by raw data. Same logarithmic characteristics, and still able to control the color. That data is going to post-production. That is the basic process. But during the shooting on set, if you have some equipment on set color grading, you can check what color eventually you can get. So it is good. It's a good way to check the color, target color, during the recording and check that. And sometimes the DP want to control the color on the set. Okay, I want a little bit more good blue or strong blue or weak blue. And this number, how blue should be stronger, is recorded as numerical number. It's called color decision list or 3D lookup table. These are number data, like Excel data. How green, how blue, how red is strong or needed to emphasize or need to reduce. That is separately recorded and can confirm the result, final result, how it looks like. This data, 3D lookup table and raw data are going to post-production and do the color grading. That is a process of on-set color grading. So by this, during the shooting, the DP can check the color and they can send this signal normally by the still picture to the post-production and inform what's eventually what color they are expecting as a final result. This is a current onset color grading system. But as you can see, it's very complicated. The raw data is going to this way, and the 3D lookup table data is separately coming. So which data should be attached on which raw data is quite complicated to manage. And additional equipment are necessary here for getting these contents checked. So we add all these functions inside of one camera. So this camera has Wi-Fi control, wireless control, and from the computer or from even the iPad or tablet, we can control the color. And that is going to implement to the signal. And some signal, we have a raw data recording, as Chiharu explained, as a codex raw decoder here. It's a non-destructive data. And also, we can record a 4K resolution non-destructive data like this. Low contrast data. We can control the color later. That data is going to post-production. But which color you really want is you can check here with HD mode. And it is separately under the 3D lookup table data, numerical number data, is also recorded by this. This is a path in computer, for example. For main recorder, just a Vlog data is going to recorder. For sub-recorder, Rec 709, color gamut or 3D lookup table is applied. So regular color signal is applied. And even on the viewfinder, independently you can control what the signal path should be. That type of the control you can do. And if CDL is on like this, you have this type of color control function on the tablet or computer. And by changing RGB signal level, the picture on here will going to change. So on set, you can check that. And the main recorder will record this non-destructive data, and the sub-recorder will record the destructive data or baked-in data as HD. These will be recorded into the Express P2 card and Micro P2 card. So again, two recorder and two different signals can be recorded. So the mainstream is this 4K resolution content is going to, with the 3D lookup table, going to the post-production. And as a reference, HD signal also can go to the post-production with 3D lookup table in Micro P2 card. That process we can implement everything into one system like this. So this is a dailies in camera. Color correction, two recorder, and separate signal recording, we can do that. For simple operation, we also can just pass through all these complicated process. For cinema, again, the color grading is very popular, and you can do that. However, if 4K is going to be very popular for realistic show or variety show or travel program, in that case, you don't need such a complicated color grading system, just a simple color correction you may want to use. In that case, simply just select 709 here. Now, all these complicated processes go through, and everything is ready for edit. A nice color picture already created. So depending on what type of application you want to use this camera can be used for the high-end cinema camera, also good for drama creation camera, or simple 4K creation camera. So from that point, I think the application of this camera with workflow level, there is a 4 level of that. First one is the cinema application. Yeah, recommended to use V-RAW recording, codecs RAW recorder. Let's record as raw signal. It's good for cinema or commercial message creation with high budget. You have a good, excellent flexibility of control. Of course, a little bit heavy workflow may need some budget, but still going to keep a very nice flexibility. You can create a very nice color. Second one may be good for drama, like a soap opera or some historical drama, something like that. With Vlog data, as I showed, still we are keeping the good flexibility of color control. But with AVC Ultra, the file size now comes down to 1/15. So very practical level of that. So good level of the flexibility and manageable level of the process. I think once the 4K program is going to be very popular, this could be the mainstream or very high percentage this workflow is going to use. And really simple 4K, like again, the realistic show or travel or variety program, simple workflow, just a simple 709 color space and AVC Ultra compression of the data, easy workflow. Of course, a little bit low flexibility, but can make regular current HD content creation. You can use that as easy management. And finally, if you or your customer said, I don't need a 4K not yet, just want to use a HD camera and good large sensor HD camera, it can be used as HD camera and AVC Ultra compression. And it will create a very nice picture quality and good color reproduction, like a current Varicam, or even better because of the large sensor and wide dynamic range. Okay, these are high-end cinema workflow. And now talk about practical 4K workflow. Once such a simple 4K as already color decided, in that case, only you need to edit in-point output and connect. You may want to do the dissolve or wipe, but these can be done by regular nonlinear editing system like this. Raspberry Edius already support our AVC Ultra 4K. So it's already work now on our compression. And once we are going to launch this camera in September or October timing, the other nonlinear system also going to support for this AVC Ultra 4K compression as well. Okay, these are concept and technology in the Varicam 35. Any question? Should we move to next subject?
Nenhuma questão?
Later on, we will take another time to take a question and answer.
So I would like to move on to Varicam High Speed, Varicam HS, another camera head. This is again a camera module and a recording module combination. The camera module has a 2/3 inch, 3 sensors, Full HD camera, and it has a B4 bayonet lens mounts. It has a high frame rate recording up to 240. And since Express P2 card has a capacity of 256 gigabyte, and this frame rate recording doesn't require the cache memory. Practically, you can shoot the slow motion picture about 30 minutes in one camera. And this recording module has 2 slots of Express P2 card. So if you have 2 Express P2 card or even more, then you can swap the Express P2 card. Once one card becomes full with 30 minutes of slow motion picture, then you can go to the next P2 card slots. And if you have another empty Express P2 card, then you can insert to the other one. So practically, endlessly, you can shoot the slow motion. So for example, if you are in the nature, shooting lion, wants to attack some small animals, then, in the past, you have to keep watching, when it comes this moment. But with this Varicam HS, you can just, keep recording. So you will never miss the chance. So this is a good thing with our Varicam high speed. And it, of course, it has a possibility of changing the frame rate during the recording. And it has HD proxy simultaneous recording. Okay, and so we would like to take a look at the 240 FPS video capturing.
This slow motion is just made by the camera, not the non-linear speed effect. So just shoot and play back. Capture 240 frames per second and play back on 24 frames per second. So 10% slow or 1/10 slow.
So one more benefit in Varicam HS is it has a shoulder adapter as our accessory. So it's, you can carry on your shoulder, and you can shoot and you can move freely as you want. So this is this gives you more flexible operation and a more interesting picture capturing. And this Varicam HS also supports ProRes HQ and 4444. So you can use your current workflow workstations. So for both 4K and high Varicam HS, we are introducing the Express P2 card and its adapter. Again, it has 256 gigabytes capacity. The interface of the P2 card figure is 1.5 times thicker than the current regular P2 card. And the shape is same as PCM-CIA, but inside the interface is PCI Express, so the transfer speed is very high. So together with the card drive, the reading speed is up to 2.5 gigabps. And we are making the OLED viewfinder and shoulder mount adapter with 15 millimeter rod support. very shortly, but do you have any questions?
Alguém tem alguma questão nessa sessão, nessa parte?
The Varicam HS also has a 14 stop of latitude, about over 1500% of the dynamic range. So that camera is also good for the documentary shooting or sports shooting, as well as some production usage. Such a wide dynamic range and the regular 2/3-inch lens can be used. And unlike a large sensor camera, you can have a very wide depth of the field. So if you want to have a pan focus type of the picture, 2/3-inch with wide dynamic range, this camera is one of the considerations for shooting camera for these production purpose.
Exactly. So actually, we have some other 4K products. So please explain.
Yes, Panasonic pushing about the 4K creation, the 4K video world. So not only this Varicam 35, we also providing couple 4K ready product. First one is a 4K monitor. You know, what is the most difficult portion of the 4K creation, technically or operation-wise, not just the workflow, that is getting the focus. To get the focus on 4K, because the large sensor, the depth of the field is very, very small, very narrow. So how you can get the focus on the eyes, not on the top of the nose. Even this distance, sometimes focus is different. So if you observe the 4K signal with HD monitor, yes, you can check the picture structure, but getting the focus, okay or not, it's really difficult to define. So the best way is having the 4K native monitor, 4K resolution monitor. And for getting the focus or sometimes shooting stage is outside, not just in the studio type of configuration. So carryable mobility of the monitor is also quite important. From that point, the 31-inch monitor with 4K resolution, that is the best size and the carryable level of the unit. And it has 4096 by 2060 native 4K resolution, and it has a 10-bit IPS panel, means a very good graduation, like a sunset scene. You can very nice graduation of the red to black that we can create. So these are point is, and this is also DC operation, AC and DC operation means you can carry out this monitor to the field for getting the focus. So again, this is a production monitor for getting the focus on the field. That is one position of this monitor. Another position is the color check, color reproduction check. In the cinema world, especially DCI-P3, that color space is standard. Not many monitor cover that. Many monitor only cover 709 color space. DCI-P3 is much, much wider than 709. And this monitor has 96% of DCI-P3 color space. It's quite a nice number. And very good viewing angle. Even you are no need to be just in straight to the monitor. Even some angle like this, 45 degrees, or you may watch down or watch up this monitor. The color shift is minimized. We are very proud. This is now best monitor in the world as 4K production monitor. Be honest, at the NAB in Tech Suite, we did some comparison with our competitors, which monitor is good, and we got a very nice result. We are very proud about that.
We have this monitor in our booth, so please
That's right.
take a look at.
So this is a nice production monitor. So the 4K production, and especially for cinema workflow, this is a monitor you should consider to use. And the second point is a very interesting product. It's a tablet. It's not an iPad, but it's a 20-inch 4K resolution tablet. Windows 8.1 operating system. It's a tablet PC, actually, but it has a 4K resolution and very nice size. So we are now considering how we can utilize this tablet for the video production environment. I tried actually upload the Scratch, that system, color collection system of the Scratch, play on this, and it's almost going to work. Some CPU power is required, especially for 4K operation, but with HD content check, it may be okay, or we may be able to use, even for 4K creation, just observe the contents on HD because we have 4K HD both recording system and
Proxy as well.
yes, file management or content management with this tablet. That will make the new workflow for you. So we are happy to talk, happy to discuss about how we can utilize this 4K resolution 20-inch tablet for creation market. Another 4K product is, it's actually digital still camera with Micro Four Thirds image sensor. But this one, newly introduced this month in the United States, is called the GH4, AGGH4. Thank you, keeping that. And it also provides a 4K motion video recording with MP4 or MOV file format, even intra-frame 200 megabps with inside of the camera, we can record 4:0 recording, and by adapting this interface unit onto the camera, we have HD SDI output like this, 4 SDI output with 3 gig. So this signal also can provide, for example, the KeyPro 4K, KeyPro Quad, or other 4K recorder as well. So this is also work as 4K camera, and we are demonstrating some footage which this camera used in our cubic outside of this theater. So if we have an interest about the 4K footage which is shot by this GH4, please stop to the Panasonic cubic, and you can check with 65-inch monitor of that quality. And once you shoot 4K content, how you can manage the content is very important. So we also have a 4K archiving system. So by computer, you can save the 4K content with HD, non-destructive, baked in, lookup table. These all related information, including the metadata, are all managed by this archiving system. Because the 4K data, again, especially with raw data, it's going to be huge. So we need a good media, low-cost media to save that. So what we can get is the LTO6 data drive or Blu-ray data with cartridge. These can be a long-term archiving media for 4K signal. Of course, this also works with HD and HD and SD as well. So this is the archiving system, what we can propose for any video signal with SD to 4K can manage by this archiving system. And especially 4K workflow, we can handle all non-destructive data or baked-in data or metadata or 3D lookup table data. These are all managed by this system. So as a Panasonic, we have the 4K camera, the Varicam 35, and monitor for production purpose, 4K monitor, and the DSC camera, digital still camera, but with 4K resolution movie recording possible, and archiving system, 4K tablet with 20-inch. And also the consumer TV as 65-inch 4K television system we have. So this 4K world we are creating as entire Panasonic to establish the 4K world in worldwide. Okay. Any questions?
Alguma questão dessa última sessão?
Okay, so that's all from us. Thank you very much.
Gostaria de agradecer a senhorita Chiaru e ao senhor Hugo. E agora nós estamos abertos aí a perguntas aí que vocês possam ter de outras questões envolvidas aí com o tema.
Posso começar?
Sim. Tem uma... Pode falar. Como o menu foi simplificado para uma produção mais documental, por exemplo? Eu tenho que fazer toda a correção, toda a preparação, ou existem setups prontos para várias finalidades? Gravando em 4K, não em cartões proxy, por exemplo. Não entendeu?
For documentary creation, if you only want to use the 4K, you don't need to use the both recording. Just a 4K main recording, you can do that. But if you have the micro P2 card and put the proxy video that is recorded in micro P2 card, in that case, you can send that proxy video by internet to someone if you want to share what you shoot today. That is actually good for the making the new workflow.
Question is how easy to use menu?
Menu. I'm sorry.
If there is some setup files.
Okay. I'm sorry, I confused the question, but the one of the concept of this camera is how we can make easy to use. So you see not many buttons on this camera. And the menu operation here is quite simple. So especially for documentary type of shooting, just simply select 709 and shoot. That is going to provide. So very high flexible and easy operation to use. We provide two type of menu structure. Is she going to translate?
Existe algo fora do 709? Pode ser um outro setup sem ser o 709?
Yes, various color space you can select. And you also okay. In addition to 709, you can create your own gamma and lookup table. So you can create the color image as you like, and it can preload it to the camera.
Here, I have a general sensation like a cinematographer, and I was working with the first models of Varicam, like NEF and up to the H. And for a long time, we have no or any news for the cinema market from Panasonic. You are focusing principally on the broadcast market. And my question is, what, in general, it's Panasonic offering right now, like for surprises as a cinematographers, in this new kind of a war, technology war between different manufacturers that offering a wide range of cameras, 4K cameras.
Okay, in this large sensor camera market, yes, we are maybe latecomer. We introduced Varicam, and we actually tried to make this large sensor camera someday earlier. However, why we could not do that is we cannot get the good image sensor what we can accept. We had some target. If we are making 4K or large sensor Varicam, we need this performance. We don't want to make the camera with compromised this performance. I don't want to have, okay camera. We want to have a best camera. So we wait until the nice, acceptable image sensor is available to make real Varicam. And now we got a very good image sensor. The performance exceed our setup. So it's good timing to make that. And fortunately, it's also good timing from move from HD to 4K. So still not too late to make 4K with 4K resolution and large sensor good performance camera. But again, because we are latecomer, last 1 year we visited many users, Varicam user or other 4K camera user like a Red camera or Arri camera or Sony camera, Canon camera. And we learned about what really they want, what is the point, what's new technology we should add. Based on that, we designed that, especially the in-camera color grading. That is a big, difficult development for us, but that is a big demand from the user. So now with new technology and new sensor, we can make this Varicam 35.
I think another thing we can add is we are ready finally ABC Ultra codec family, and that makes easier for the production people to make the post-production process and with the affordable prices, and that made us that pushed us to make the new Varicam.
Thank you. That's a good point. Yes.
Uma pergunta para o senhor Hugo. Na questão do sensor, se é desenvolvimento próprio da Panasonic, né? E caso positivo, qual a vantagem de você ter o desenvolvimento próprio, né?
Yes, this is our Panasonic sensor, not we purchase from other manufacturer. Panasonic has the image sensor factory in same umbrella. Semiconductor factory is making our image sensor of Panasonic. And this is a big advantage actually. We can use the latest semiconductor technology. If we try to purchase from the third party, maybe one generation or two generation older technology sensor is available. Otherwise, latest sensor is very, be honest, very expensive. So we have our own sensor factory, so we can make latest version of the image sensor with basically reasonable cost. So now we can provide the camera with reasonable cost with best image sensor in the world.
Eu gostaria de fazer uma pergunta também para o senhor Hugo, e agora mais relacionada à parte do mercado, né? Acho que é natural todo mundo querer saber, né, como é que está hoje o 4K no Japão e nos Estados Unidos, que hoje são os mercados que mais estão demandando esse tipo de tecnologia, né? Então, você pode dar para a gente uma visão de como é que está esse posicionamento do 4K nessas duas regiões?
Can I get the computer output on the screen? Thank you. This is a schedule of 4K and 8K broadcasting in Japan. Japan government decide to do the 4K broadcasting in this year. It's not the regular TV terrestrial is going to change from HD to 4K. The terrestrial television signal not easy to change, but internet or satellite or cable, these are actually the resolution free. No need to stay on HD signal. Especially internet or satellite, they can transmit even 4K signal. So Japan government decide not all program, but some trial broadcasting of 4K on this year. And Sky TV in Japan, the Sky is European-based TV broadcaster. They also have a channel in Japan with cable. They are going to especially start to the 4K broadcasting on satellite network. This is good because it's a premium channel, and the channel provider can get the subscription fee as the income. So not just a commercial message fee for total business model, can get the subscription from the audience and provide like a movie or sports game. And if you want to have a 4K, you can pay and you can get. That business model may go to start. And even 8K, you may heard Japan government broadcaster NHK is pushing 8K super high vision. That is also going to do on 16th, only 2 years from now. Again, maybe broadcast or satellite, not the terrestrial type of transmission, but toward to the Olympic game in Tokyo in 2020, total Japan government is pushing that the 4K and 8K milestone. And this is the data from display search. And very interestingly, this is the number of 4K ready television set. Not in the total penetration, as a new television set. How many 4K ready television set is going to distribute in worldwide? Not only Japan. Here. And this is a penetration, or how many percentage of total TV sales will be 4K ready. So in 2016, it's only still less than 3%, but the quantity is 7.6 million units. And Display Search actually did some new forecast, and actually this number increased. And more interesting is the price of the TV set. How much is that 4K ready TV set will come down? Currently, the 4K TV set is about, right now in Japan, is less than 2,000, something like that. And they are expecting the price come down to less than 1,000 year 2016. So even the terrestrial TV system is stay on the HD. The television set, some of them going to be 4K ready. And from the satellite, from the cable, you may receive the 4K signal. And I believe, not exactly sure, but I believe the Blu-ray disc currently on HD, but now standardization of 4K Blu-ray disc is going on. We hope that will be finished by this year. So that means next year, we hope the Blu-ray disc player and the disc itself of the movie may deliver with 4K from Hollywood. Of course, Hollywood always interested to sell the same content with SD, with DVD, same contents on HD with Blu-ray, and same contents on 4K with 4K Blu-ray. So that type of package media come to the market. The 4K may expand. And one more point is so regular television station like terrestrial, they may stay on HD, but the IPTV guys, the Hulu or Netflix or Apple TV, these are resolution free, so they may going to expand the 4K contents. And contents provider in the United States, like a Discovery Channel or HBO or ESPN, they can send the 4K content through the cable, through the satellite, through the internet, and can get the new income, new revenue as subscription fee. That is maybe the new business we should consider about as a television side, not the cinema side, sorry. Mm-hmm.
What is the trick to for Panasonic have a sharp sensor different from the broadcast?
As a broadcast or the manufacturer?
The film look.
It's not a secret trick, but maybe the priority. So where we should put the priority to make an image. Depending on the manufacturer, to make a nice picture, some manufacturer may say the resolution. But we don't think so. Yes, 4K is important, especially for marketing point of view, 4K is important. But the most important factor is dynamic range and color reproduction. Generally, once we decide let's use the cinema lens, PL mount lens. The target image sensor image circle is a Super 35. So what image circle is already decided, Super 35. The image sensor circle is the same. If you put the resolution is most important, we have to have a lot of the pixel. But the circle is the same. Once you have a lot of the pixel here, each pixel is going to be small. And once pixel going to small, the energy of the light coming down means dynamic range going to be smaller, and SN sensitivity is going to be reduced, and SN ratio is not going to be good. So we need to have the best optimized point. What is the best size of current semiconductor technology? What size of each pixel is most provide the good dynamic range, SN ratio, and resolution. So even we give up some resolution, better to have a better dynamic range and SN ratio and sensitivity. So we did optimize the level. And by technology, making the resolution as good as possible as electrical signal. So depending on the manufacturer, that priority may different. Again, we have a latest semiconductor technology that is not a secret, but that is one of the advantage. Plus, how we think about that, what priority of the factor we will put. And that makes nice picture, we believe. Thank you.
Quanto ao aquecimento do processamento, foi pensado em alguma coisa em países como o nosso, onde a temperatura é bastante alta?
Now we are working on that, and until the whole circuit is going to operate, we cannot tell the final result. But the temperature is also big concern for us. So to keeping the good operation level, we have, to be honest, it's not a good way to say, but we have some funds to decrease the inside temperature. But we also concern about the noise of the fan. So we make the noise is smaller or even stop during the recording. So far, we think this unit is not going to be very high temperature heat. And again, once we going to visit the many users, they also concern about the heating of that. Because once temperature is going up, sometimes camera is going to hang up. So they are afraid about that. So reliability is very important. So we are very proud about reliability of our system, a total P2 system. We are first company to introduce the semiconductor recording system away from the tape as P2. And we work from very cold, like minus 40 degrees, to the very hot and high humid, 40 degrees and 80% of humid. In both environment, very cold or dry or very hot and high humid, we have a lot of the knowledge for the this video system works well. So these are also implemented in this Varicam system. So the reliability is very important factor for us, in addition to the picture quality. So we are making the professional tool as you can make money with this camera. And that is our purpose, why we are making this. We would like to support your business. You can make money with this tool. That is our position.
I would like to add a little bit. Panasonic has been a official sponsor, official partner for the Olympic Games for more than 22 years. So in summer Olympic Games and in winter Olympic Games, we always support the host broadcasters, providing our P2 equipments, the high-end ENG and production cameras. And we have high reputation from the customer that in an extreme condition of hot, cold, there's no problem in our product. So we are confident to, and we have knowledge to make the reliable product.